Pull it. Yeah, the ground's a little soft. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very big project we're starting. Had a nice long weekend away. Got batteries reset, recharged, ready to rock. I'm not quite sure how big this project is. The homeowner and I still need to go over layout this morning. But I think it's going to be between 50 and 100 yards depending on how big they want to make it. So it's going to be a pretty big project for Luke, Chelsea, and I. We're going to have Dean come on some of the bigger pour days, and then we'll probably do a couple double pour days where we pour in the morning. And then as soon as we get it broomed, we'll call for concrete again and pour another section. We'll break it into manageable sections because we're not going to be doing a 100-yard driveway by ourselves. First, we got to tear all of it out. So we have a lot of concrete to demo today, and they're widening the driveway. So we have to take a fair amount of sod and dirt out. So it's going to be basically all machine work today. I'm going to have Luke get everything kind of set in place so that when we can start forming, we'll just form like in between the truck or something. We've had a ton of rain, and I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Then the rest of the week looks really solid. So it should be a great week for pouring concrete. I got to get the machine loaded up, tools ready, and we'll see you guys at the job. It's a little chilly, but it's going to be a really nice week for pouring concrete. It's going to be, I think, 60, kind of like as a high, 43, 42 as a low at night. So that'll give us a nice amount of time to work with and finish the concrete without having it get too hard on us. I enjoy getting away for the weekend, but that usually means Monday morning is kind of a, not hectic, but there's a fair amount of cleanup, and usually I'll do this stuff over the weekend. It rained for probably 12 hours yesterday, non-stop, everywhere. I mean, it's a good thing that this isn't a backyard patio, because we would not be, we'd have to reschedule. Just enough room. Alright, I think I got everything. At least enough to get us started today. Just need to stop at the gas station and get fuel for the machine. Ooh, almost forgot the tripod again. Morning. Alright, skid steer, rock bucket, forks, jackhammer, regular buckets. Luke's going to get form lumber. I got the compactor. Should be good for today. Alrighty guys, just got down to the job. I'm gonna go over everything with the homeowner, make sure the lines are painted. We gotta kind of shift and send the water a few different directions. So we gotta discuss that. We're gonna talk about all that privately, bring you guys back, and we will start this massive driveway project. Alrighty, we got the machine unloaded. Got everything set to go. We're doing this whole thing, making it wider up there. This is probably top 5 biggest pours of the year. You can see this probably, I'm guessing, is 3 inches thick on a crappy base. This area is really bad for soil. It's super expansive, so it just lifts up and destroys concrete. This is all going to be concrete in here. So this is probably 4 or 5 pours. Yeah, it's real bad in here. I'm not even going to be able to use the forks. Hopefully don't even have to use the jackhammer. Just the forks for these big slabs, and then the rock bucket for the crumbling stuff. Did you get the most important ones first? Or do we have enough grease for everything?
There's a new tube in there.
Cool.
In there.
Have you greased anything?
No.
Okay. It's gonna need the grease today. I don't know how many yards of tear out this is. There. All right, I'm gonna get started, just see what I can do with the forks and kind of make a stockpile. The semi is on his way, so I need to have stuff ready for him so that he's not just sitting here watching me start to tear out. It's just a waste of money and a waste of time. That's what I said. Look at that. I gotta get a tape measure. A lot of these new construction projects, they just have hacks come in here and just slap down mud. They can make it look good, but when they're doing 50 houses, every little bit of concrete they can save helps. Look at this. Two and 3/8. Well, they made it just over halfway. So a lot of times I'll break these pieces up into like these small chunks because the biggest time factor is round trips hauling the semi. But our dump spot is very close for this, so it's way faster to tear out with big chunks. It just takes more trips because less fits in the trailer. But this is very, very easy. I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. I should be able to just fork. Well, I don't think I'll even be able to fork up there because it's so crumpled, but that's fine. I can just rock bucket it out, give it a quick drop, and it'll shatter, and we'll get this all taken out. We're gonna take a lot of this sand out and bring in crushed concrete, give it a really nice base so that we're not pouring back on top of this crap. Where he's taking the concrete is a concrete plant, and they're crushing it right now. So once he takes the concrete and dumps it, he can bring back loads of gravel, so we can kind of just work our way out, demoing and prepping. So in his next trip, I can be prepping instead of just sitting here. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with the pitch. This is really tricky. It all comes down here from the road, and then everything else is coming down here as well. So we kind of have a flat spot here. We got to figure out where we can send the water to. It'll be easier to figure out once we have it kind of cut down and can see the shape. We've got options, just need to decide on an option. I actually got too much sleep over the weekend. Anytime I sleep in late, it messes me up. Semi is finally here. Let's tear out some concrete. What's up? Yeah, I'm tearing everything out, so don't worry about cutting corners or anything. Just, I think if you cut the corner kind of by the light post and keep going, that patch to the right side of my machine is all concrete too. So your trailer can be there, and that way I can spin by the basketball hoop. I'll watch you. Alright, that went pretty smooth. Didn't get as much as usual because it was all big pieces, but the rest should be pretty chunked. I'm just going to use the rock bucket from now on. Those forks are so bent. I mean, look at this really makes it hard. I've tried with both machines, using all the torque of the machine. I've tried sledgehammers. I could heat it up a ton and that probably would bend it back. but I'm not sure what that would do for the strength. So probably just time for some new forks. Alright, it's just leaving with the second load. We're able to get quite a bit more. That shows you the difference between it being broken up and being in full chunks. So we're gonna leave this section, that way he can drive on it easier and dump the gravel. And then we got lines painted, you can see we're going all the way up there, all the way around the tree. All of this is coming out all the way here, 10 feet around the whole garage. So we're going to take a break from demoing concrete and get all the sod cut. Luke, we need to figure out a place to put all this stuff. Probably just make a stack of it like along the tree line or something. We're going 10 feet out back here, 10 feet out, or 12 feet out on the other side, and then 8 foot out on this side. So literally everything you see. We don't do the trailer by yourself. I can call me over when you're ready and we can use the skid steer, and we'll just I don't know where we'll put it, but we'll get it out of the way. All right, I have a fair amount of sod to take out. It's actually probably about as much sod as there is concrete here. He's bringing back a load of base on his next trip. I don't think, yeah, we're a little spongy, but should be able to take all of it out and put enough gravel on where it'll be fine. All right, let's start cutting some sod. Way down. Had to make room for the semi.
Do you need anything when I come back?
Yeah, if you could strap some flexi to the top of your car, that'd be great. Or just stick it through the back and just hold on to it. Some 16 footers. This neighbor seems fine. Let's just angle it right up into there.
Okay.
Straight back. Okay, perfect. Alright, the stone's here. I got a pretty good pile of topsoil. I'm gonna have them dump up by the garage because we're definitely low enough. And then I can have them pull back forward and load them right here. Pull it the direction it's going, not sideways. I dug down pretty good in front of the garage, so if you can get up anywhere in that area, that'll be perfect. Yeah, the ground's a little soft. I can make that work if that's all you got. It's sand, but it's just saturated from being in the low spot for 30, 40 years. All right, somehow I wasn't recording that, but the semi got stuck, so I had to use the 2500 and yank it out. Yeah, it's always an adventure. I'm gonna load this sod up, the topsoil, and then spread that stone. All right, just finished getting him loaded up. Going to stockpile another thing of sod, that way he can back up at the same spot and just keep on loading. This is a lot of work. It's a big project. I'll show you, you guys will be able to see more in a little bit, but this might shape up to be the biggest, technically biggest project of the year. All right, round 3 with the semi. Actually, round 4. Hello. What are you wearing?
All my black ones were in the wash.
Those are blue shorts?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's going. He's gotten stuck twice.
Stuck where?
Stuck here in the driveway and then stuck at the dump pit. I had to go pull him out both times.
How did you get stuck here?
The sand just whew. All right, I gotta get a big stockpile. Alright, we just got the 1x3s delivered. We got all this excavated, all of that. It was 6 or 7 loads. I kind of lost track. 6 or 7 loads out of topsoil. So there's 120 yards. 4 loads of concrete. So there's 80 yards of concrete. Not actual, but 80-yard loads. And then we came around here and got all the sprinkler lines cut and pulled out of the way. They're gonna have to totally redo their sprinklers because we're basically putting concrete everywhere where they were, so we definitely do not want any underneath the slab. And then we got all this dug out around here. So we dug down so low to get all the topsoil out. We're going to start with the 1x3s, has a nice solid base, and then we'll top it with the 21A. We got to get this compacted before the rain tomorrow. I sent Luke home so he's fresh for the rest of the week, and I got the trooper to help finish the night off. Alright, I think I gotta call it a night just because I gotta get home, fix that compactor for the morning. I'm gonna get this measured up and see, I'm gonna try to kind of figure out how I want to break the pores down because that'll determine prep tomorrow. Alright, we got dark skies coming. I'm gonna get the power tools put away and then head home for the night. Alright, it's just past 7. I just got things measured up. I was a little bit wrong on the size of this job. The homeowner and I kind of briefly discussed it, but we went over final layout today, and I got lines painted and everything like that. And it's going to be between 130 and 140 yards. That may not be a lot for some crews, but for Chelsea, Luke, and I, and maybe Dean one day, that is a lot of concrete. So I'm gonna get heading back to the shop, and then we gotta work on the compactor and get it running for the morning. I'm probably gonna bring that compactor and another one. So night's far from over, but leaving the job now. Sun's peeking out just in time. It's been cloudy all day. Now it's gonna be nice right in my eyes for the drive home. All right guys, just got back to the shop. Had to let my feet air out. These socks are the absolute worst. I've been slipping and sliding, totally soaking wet all day long. So there's nothing worse than wet feet. I need to put these boots on the dryer and maybe with a fan. I'm gonna get these forms loaded up. We need flexi for all the curves and need to fix the compactor. So very tired. That was a long first day, and every day after this is about to get even longer. So let's get this night wrapped up. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little rain overnight. Hopefully it's not a lot. I think that's all the form lumber I need. Just need to work on the compactor now. Working on a compactor. What are you doing? All right, let's see if this works. Got the pull start, so at least I can consistently pull it. No! I found this pull start, got this on Amazon, and it doesn't fit this motor, so I'm just gonna take this rope off and swap it for that one. All right. Just want to run a little bit of this oil through it. Alrighty guys, it is 9:06. Going to take this, throw it over by the trailer. We'll see you guys bright and early for another good day of prep. Alrighty, good morning guys. It is a little after 6. Things are not looking too good. Got a, it's not that big of a front, but it's just swirling. It's just like coming like this and twisting. So it's probably going to be, we had a lot of rain last night and it's going to be a lot of rain today. It's, if I was just moving east, it wouldn't be that bad, but you can see here it's just swirling, so it's kind of hard to say. The hourly says between 60 and 80% until 6 p.m. so that's not good. Probably hindsight should have waited to tear out the driveway. Can't foresee everything. Sometimes mistakes happen, so I am going to still push through and go down there and kind of just see what's up. I think I'm going to have Luke stay up here and we will go prep that big basement this morning. There's no sense in getting the machines nasty in the mud if it's bad down there, which I think is probably worse down there. We're quite a bit north up here in the shop, and I think it got hit even harder down there with rain, but I still need to kind of assess it, and I'm still having stone delivered today so that whenever we're able to prep, we can knock it out. After we're done prepping that basement, we can go down and finish prepping that driveway, and then at least get one pour tomorrow. If we could do at least 20 yards tomorrow, that would help a ton with the rest of the week. We might have to push everything off and finish up on Monday and Tuesday. And then it's the problem with that is it just pushes every job after that. So it's all part of business. It's all part of life. I slept rock solid, hit the bed on my back, boom, woke up at 4, didn't move at all. So got some good rest, got a good attitude. I got a full change of clothes, 2 extra pair of socks, 2 extra pair of boots, and I'm gonna put my rain coat and pants on, so should be fine. It's still raining, like I'd say medium. It sounds worse because we're on a tin roof, but this is all just a part of it. This is the frustrating part. There's a lot of frustrating parts, but probably the biggest frustrating part about having a business that relies so heavily on weather is, you know, you do your best to tell people certain days, and I don't promise anybody stuff, but I kind of let them know, hey, we have you down for this week, and then this happens, which one day of rain isn't that much, but the problem is on a big project like this driveway, one heavy day of rain like this can push you back multiple days, if not a week, if the base becomes too saturated to pour on. So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to this job. Yeah, you can see how much rain we've got. This is all just flooded back here, which makes me think the driveway we prepped probably looks something like this. There's only one way to find out, and that is to head to the job. So I'm gonna get a few things loaded up and head down there. Just an update. It's a little brighter, but still raining. I stopped by the gas station, fueled up the MT100, and I stopped by my buddy's shop and picked up his vibrating roller. About 5 minutes from the job site. I'm a little nervous to see what this thing looks like. Alrighty, I just did a walkthrough. It's obviously pretty slimy, but it's not too bad. The top layer might need to be scraped, but it's not like bouncing. So it's way better than I was hoping for. So I dropped off the machines, fueled up the Kubota. I'm gonna head back up to that job, and Luke and I will get that basement prepped, and then I'll come back here later, kind of regardless of the weather, and get forms going. I just want to get Luke started on that basement so that we can be as efficient as possible. Alright, just pulling to the basement job. Luke's on his way. We're going to get this thing graded. I don't remember how many square feet it is. I think it's right around 2,000. So it's a fair amount, but if my memory serves, it's pretty close. So hopefully it doesn't take us too many hours. Good morning. Take these rain pants off. They're like a sweatsuit. I'm gonna swap boots too, because even these boots are hot. There we go.
Oh wow, yeah.
All right, tower light, please. Do you have a battery in it?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Got one more battery, it's fully charged.
Set it right here on the edge.
Lying down?
Doesn't matter, we're just gonna throw it down there. I just don't wanna knock myself off the ladder. Just slide it and I'll push it. All right guys, we're getting it graded out. We'll touch base in a bit. It's just a little too dark down here to film. Shouldn't take us too long. We'll get it graded, get the leaf blower, blow all the straw out, make sure there's no pieces of wood or anything from framing, cover it with Visqueen, tape around all the penetrations, and then we'll get out of here and get back to prepping that driveway. Luke's gonna come back. He's gonna go to the shop and get some tape. We're gonna tape all the seams, tape everywhere around the penetrations, get it nice and sealed up. We're gonna leave the sump crock on, the sump pump in the crock going, because water's still flowing into there, and we want this whole drainage network dry before we're pouring. We got, it's going to be a little deep. Got about 6.5 extra yards. But again, it's opportunity cost. Or do we stay here all day long getting this perfect? Or do we go get the driveway ready? Because then we'll be 2 jobs behind, which would be way more than 6 extra yards of concrete, as painful as that sounds. Put my waterproof boots on. Can't believe it is still sprinkling.
I was hoping this would be done.
I know. I wonder how many inches we've gotten today. See you at the shop. Oh man, that didn't take too long. 11:30. All right, just pulling back to the shop. This shows you how much rain we got. This is our river, the cobblestone that was spread. You can't even tell that there's stone in there, there's so much. That is a crazy amount of rain. Hi.
Hi. Sorry to scare you.
Scared me. Alrighty, I got Luke heading to tape that Visqueen. I'm gonna head down to the job and we'll start forming this driveway. I can almost say the rain has stopped. It's barely sprinkling enough to matter, and things are starting to brighten up. So I'll be able to easily work through this without my rain gear. That's why I brought the change of clothes. Once my sweatshirt gets wet, I'll swap it out, and then when that gets wet, I'll swap my t-shirt out. And it's just part of working outside in the spring and winter. Well, really all year round, but usually spring is the worst. The spring we got to battle rain, mud, the winter, obviously the snow and getting stuck and stuff freezing. Summertime is battling the heat and getting it finished and saw cut fast enough. And then fall is everybody's burnt out. High schoolers always go back to school, and you've got leaves falling everywhere. And all the college kids go back to school, so all the downtowns are packed, and there's a lot of challenges in every season. You just gotta work around them. Alright, so standing on 25 yards of 6A, 25 yards of 21A. Got quite the puddle going, but Luke's gonna bring the pump. We'll get that pumped out. I'm gonna start working back there and get that graded up and ready for the morning. Goal is to pour that first section bright and early, but maybe we can get another section in the afternoon and then prep after that. Hey, it's Austin Rathburn. Hey, I'm gonna buy that Husqvarna soft cut. Does you guys still have that one? Okay, just if you could either set it aside or reserve it. I'm gonna hopefully pick it up tomorrow if that works. Okay, thank you much. The sun just came out. Finally. I'm just going along the back here, chipping along the foundation so we don't have any thin spots on our wall. I think Luke just pulled up. We're gonna get the pump rolling. Yep, there he is. We'll get this water pumped out of here. Getting the extension cord. Just go start heading that way. It's in Novi. It's basically all highway. And then there's like a tiny stretch, not on the highway. Yep, I'll call them and have the order ready. Hey Chris, it's Austin Rathburn. Do you guys have the Silent Cure SRT in stock? Alright, I just got this pump on. Getting the standing water pumped out. That way it's not fighting evaporation so that it has to dry up on top of being solid water. So I sent Luke to go get the sealer for this project. It's a Silent Cure SRT. So he's going way 45 minutes away to get that, so he's done for the day. So it's just me again. Gonna get this finished up. It's really not that much. Just need to get this horseshoe prepped and ready for the morning, and then I'll probably get the sides formed up just so that we're only grading tomorrow and not having to form. There's pretty dark clouds over there, but I think it's gonna miss us somehow. Maybe not. That's pretty dark. The problem is there's no wind, so if it hits, it just stays and just rains and rains and rains. Alrighty guys, sorry I haven't videoed much. I've just been busting tail all night. Got this prepped, compacted multiple times, formed, straightened, ready to go. Got a little bit of wet spots, but that'll be fine. Should dry up overnight. And we got these side forms railed, so the goal is to do that horseshoe tomorrow. I got all the pouring tools out for the morning except boots. It's 6:47 and I still got to work on the mud buggy, so I'm gonna call it a night and head home. We'll see you guys back at the shop. All right, just got back to the shop, guys. I'm gonna load up, work on the mud buggy. We'll touch base in a little bit. We'll talk after I get the truck loaded up. Alrighty guys, just after 9. Not sure if you guys can even see me, but I got the oil changed and the tire inflated in the mud buggy. Got the oil changed in the power trowel for this weekend. The whirly gig for tomorrow. The Screed Demon for tomorrow. I had to mess out. I figured I might as well get a bunch of oil changes done. So I got that. Got the buggy loaded up on Luke's trailer. Got plywood loaded up. So in case we have any issues with the buggy getting through the wet areas, we can plywood it. We've got a lot of base material, so I'm not really worried. All I gotta do is throw up plastic around the garage, put up expansion, and take a deep breath, because it's about to be 135 yards of concrete in consecutive days, plus 35 yards on this weekend for the basement. So if I make it through the next week and a half, it's going to be a miracle. I'm going to go get some dinner, get some sleep. We will see you guys, as always, bright and early. All right, good morning, guys. Feels like I just talked to you. It's a little after 5. Going to head to the concrete plant and pick up some expansion. That way we can get expansion set around the building so that we're not pulling it up. I've got everything, all the tools loaded up, and we've got about an hour and 45 until mud. Alrighty, guys, just got to the job. I got 2 bales of flexible expansion. That's what the homeowner wanted. So I'm gonna get that pinned up against the house, get plastic covering the walls, and our 2 end forms up. We'll touch base in a bit. Chelsea and Luke are on their way. We've got mud in just under an hour. All right, guys, we got tools out. We're ready to roll. We got some rebar going through here. This is not structural. This is just crack separation control. We've got basically a foot of 6A clean on here. Got the accountant here. We're gonna rock it out. We got 11.8 yards. So really hope we graded right. Otherwise, we're gonna run short, and it would look really bad coming along the front of the house here. Mud will be here any second. Luke's gonna drive the buggy. Got it freshly cleaned out, ready to roll. Fresh oil change, and for once, no rain.
No rain for quite a few days.
I know, finally. Alrighty, mud's here. We're gonna hope he makes it through here, but we do have 20 yards of 21A. We can kind of make a road and waste if he's getting stuck or having trouble getting through here. Oh, easy. What?
Is he just doing 4-inch everywhere?
This is all 4-inch, this is all 5-inch. I hate pouring on loose stone, but we had to with all that rain we got.
There's like dead birds in here.
Bag of fiber. That's fiber mesh, guys. A dead bird. It does look like a dead bird. Never seen that.
It'll be really strong right here.
He's a little faster than I was expecting. Little pickup on the rebar. Heads up. Again, guys, this is just for crack separation so that if it cracks, or not if, when it cracks in our joints, it doesn't pull apart. It's not for strength. I'm gonna have to tell him to slow down. He's doing too good today. Slow down a little bit. We tried to cover all this siding with plastic, guys, but the condensation from the dew was just too bad. None of our tape was sticking, so it's really dirty siding, which is actually good because the concrete doesn't really stick to it, and then it's pretty easy just to power wash off. Yeah, I already have it set for that. Okay, give me one more steak. Oh, here, Luke, I'll take this. Okay, good. All right, guys, we got it screwed off. Had just enough concrete, which is perfect. Mud's still wet right where we want it. I'm gonna get the easy trowel sprayed, and we will get this bull floated and edged. Spraying the easy trowel and gonna bull float it in. This mud had a bunch of admixes to it, so don't worry, don't stress out. It was okay with the slump, I assure you. But it also has an admix that's supposed to be a built-in finishing aid. So pretty pumped about trying that. I was looking at it and I feel like it makes more sense with how good that truck got in here to get everything torn out and prepped today, and then knock out a huge chunk tomorrow, as much Friday as I can, and then I might have to do a finish up on Monday or something, but he got through that wet spot no problem. Got another load of stone delivered. That's a lot of 6A right there. Alrighty, I got joints roughly cut in. It's still pretty wet, so I didn't fully joint them, but I just got all of them scored. You probably can't even see with all those shadows, but got them scored in that way. As soon as it's ready to joint, I don't have to worry about layout or anything like that. Gonna start prepping. We gotta move all of this stone somewhere. We gotta scrape up all the muck. Gotta move the 21A somewhere because we got a semi coming in an hour and a half. We're gonna tear out most, if not all, the rest of the driveway. So got a lot to do. At least the sun's out.
Yeah.
Well, there's like 2 solid days of rain, as you can see. Alrighty guys, sorry we didn't bring you along brooming. Things kind of got hectic. This new mix design was a little bit different, but we got it broomed and sealed. The silent cure is curing out nicely. It is a little bit of a pain with this tree, but these broom marks are very crisp. I don't know if you can see them. So we hauled out 2 loads of dirt so far and had another load of 1x3 delivered, and we're going to continue demoing the driveway. Chelsea's going to take the mini skid and start kind of spreading some 6A through here, getting us closer to height. And yeah, he'll be back soon to tear out more concrete. last semi of concrete. I didn't have a time lapse going because it was so repetitive, but that is a lot of concrete. I'll have to look back on my phone. I think 10 or 12 semis hauled out, and I don't even know how, probably 8 to 10 semis of stone brought in. Alrighty guys, it's 7:45, just leaving the job. Got a lot done today, 16-hour day. And tomorrow might be even longer, so I'm gonna go home, get some dinner, probably pass right on out. We'll see you guys bright and early. We have Dean and one of his guys, so never met him before, but many hands make light work. We've got 33 yards in the morning, and then probably 50 yards, 40, 50 yards after that. See you then.